Healthy seedlings are the foundation of every successful garden. Yet, many gardeners struggle with weak, leggy starts that never seem to catch up. What if I told you that Korean farmers, renowned for their thriving crops, rarely rely on plastic trays the way we do, yet consistently raise vigorous seedlings that are ready to explode with growth once transplanted? The secret lies in a system that nurtures seedlings naturally, saves on costs, and produces stronger plants with deeper roots. Once you understand their approach, you may never look at trays the same way again. Trays may look neat, but they restrict root growth and create artificial environments where seedlings depend too heavily on constant care. Korean farmers realized long ago that real strength comes when plants develop in conditions closer to the soil they'll grow in later. By using specially prepared nursery beds instead of trays, seedlings grow sturdier root systems, adapt better to natural fluctuations, and transition smoothly to open fields. This approach not only reduces transplant shock but also eliminates the plastic waste that trays inevitably produce. The heart of this method is creating a loose, fertile, and living nursery bed. Korean farmers never place their seeds in hard, compacted soil. Instead, they prepare the ground with a mixture of fine-textured compost, well-decomposed manure, and topsoil. The soil must be soft enough for roots to spread without resistance, yet stable enough to hold moisture. One effective formula you can try is mixing 2 parts well-decomposed compost with 1 part sandy loam soil and 1 part garden topsoil. Blend them until the texture feels crumbly and light in your hands. Water the mixture lightly until it reaches a damp but not soggy consistency. When you squeeze a handful, it should hold its shape but crumble easily when pressed. This simple preparation ensures seeds sprout in conditions close to perfect. You know, Korean farmers really emphasize feeding the soil first, so that seedlings naturally access balanced nutrients from day one. One of their time-tested solutions is a diluted natural fertilizer made from fermented plant matter. If you're interested, you can actually create your own by soaking 1 kilogram of finely chopped green plant material, like comfrey or even just weeds, in 10 litres of clean water. Let it ferment for 7 to 10 days, giving it a stir every now and then. Once it starts to give off a slightly sour aroma, go ahead and strain the liquid. Then dilute 1 litre of this extract with 5 litres of water before applying it gently to your nursery bed. This infusion, well, it provides a slow, steady release of nutrients, especially potassium and those important trace minerals, which seedlings need for strong cellular development. Unlike chemical fertilizers that push seedlings to grow unnaturally fast, this approach builds resilience from the inside out. One mistake a lot of gardeners make when using trays is drowning their seedlings. Trays often pool water, and that can lead to root rot or weak, spindly plants. Korean farmers, though, use a smarter system. They water deeply but less frequently, encouraging seedlings to send roots downward in search of moisture, rather than staying shallow at the surface. The trick is to water the nursery bed thoroughly right after sowing, then cover it with a thin layer of rice husks, dry grass or fine mulch. This cover holds moisture, reduces temperature swings, and prevents soil from crusting. After that, water only when the soil beneath the mulch feels dry about an inch down. This balance ensures roots grow strong and deep, preparing seedlings for the realities of field planting. Another secret lies in their use of beneficial microbes. Korean farmers never sterilize soil in the conventional sense, because they understand that life in the soil protects seedlings. Instead, they encourage the growth of healthy microbial communities that suppress disease and help seedlings absorb nutrients more efficiently. You can replicate this by applying a simple microbial solution. Mix 1 tablespoon of molasses with 1 tablespoon of unchlorinated water and add it to a litre of water. Use this to moisten a handful of healthy forest soil or finished compost. Then sprinkle that mixture into your nursery bed before sowing. The living organisms multiply quickly, creating a protective shield around roots and preventing common seedling diseases like damping off. Seedlings raised in trays often struggle when moved outdoors because they are too sheltered. Korean farmers avoid this by hardening seedlings gradually in the very same nursery beds they sprout in. As seedlings emerge, they are exposed to natural wind, sunlight and slight temperature variations. This toughens them early and ensures their stems grow thicker and stronger. If your climate is harsh, you can place a temporary covering such as a lightweight fabric or clear plastic sheet over the bed for the first few days, removing it during daytime hours. Gradual exposure helps seedlings adapt without stress, reducing losses during transplant. One of the most impressive benefits of this no-tray system is the way seedlings handle transplanting. Because their roots are not confined or circling inside small cells, they lift easily with soil still attached. Korean farmers usually moisten the bed a few hours before lifting to reduce disturbance. Using a small trowel, they gently scoop clusters of seedlings with soil intact around the roots, then move them directly into prepared field rows. Unlike tray seedlings that suffer root breakage or struggle to adapt, these naturally grown seedlings recover quickly, settle into the new soil, and continue growing without interruption. The difference in vigour is, honestly, striking within just a few days. Many people assume such techniques are only practical for large-scale farming, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Even a small home gardener can create a simple nursery bed on a patch of ground or inside a raised box filled with the prepared mix. This method scales beautifully, whether you want a few dozen seedlings for your backyard or thousands for commercial planting. The real advantage is cost savings and sustainability. With no need to constantly purchase trays, commercial potting mixes or chemical fertilizers, you save money while building healthier soil year after year. It's a system designed not only for productivity, but also for harmony with the environment. You know, the real strength of Korean seedling practices comes from how they, mimic natural processes while still giving just enough support for young plants to really thrive. Seedlings get a chance early on to stretch their roots deep, withstand a bit of stress, and interact with all those living soil organisms. By the time they're ready for transplant, they're not just delicate greenhouse babies anymore. They're robust, field-ready plants. This whole approach, honestly, explains why Korean farmers are able to get such high productivity with pretty low inputs. They don't have to waste time rescuing weak seedlings or fighting off disease outbreaks because their plants start out strong. And, that strength carries forward through the entire growing season, leading to much healthier harvests. Trays might seem convenient at first, but, they create problems gardeners spend weeks trying to fix. Korean farmers have really shown us a better way. By preparing fertile nursery beds, enriching them with natural fertilizers and microbes, managing water wisely, and hardening seedlings right from the start, they raise plants that are strong, adaptable, and ready for anything. It's a system built on observation, patience, and a deep respect for natural processes. So, if you want your seedlings to thrive, instead of just survive, try setting aside those trays this season and give these time-tested practices a shot. You'll be amazed at the difference in strength, survival and growth. And hey, if this guide brought you some value, make sure to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops and share it with your fellow gardeners. Together we can spread these secrets far and wide, so more growers can enjoy stronger seedlings and abundant harvests.